Hello folks, this is Roz, the Themtgnoob. We're here doing our 6-pack Gatecrash Sealed event. And I wanted to go a little greedy this week. More greedy than normal, but it looks like that may be impossible because there's like no fixing. There's like a Verdant Haven, 1 Guild Gate, no prisms that I'm seeing so far. Let's go ahead and submit by rarity as we do. Treasury Thrall I like. This guy's weird. I might play him though. Crypt Gas, that's fine. Signal of the Clans is not so fine. Mystic Genesis is fun. Whispering Madness is probably not so fun. And Stolen Identity is awesome. I think no matter what, I'm gonna like force this card into the deck. I don't really care how I do it. I just want to play this card. Let's look at our colors and see if we can support anything at all. White's looking weird. The Assault Griffin Navsov's Commando is eh. 2 Righteous Charges is eh. Aerial Maneuver, Skyjack is fine. Another Aerial Maneuver. And then these 2 Wards, bleh. Dutiful Thrall's okay. How about blue? Gridlock, yep, totally lost. Phantom, 2 Keymaster Rogues, 2 Clinging Enemies, eh. They're fine though. I mean, you start evolving these guys and they get big enough to pretty much take care of just about everything that someone will try and rush at you. That's fine. Simic Flux Mage is good though. Pearl Oculus, Hands of Bond. Blue's actually not bad at all. This is actually not terrible blue. The black is not starting out so well. With 2 Horror of the Dims, which I guess is playable, but Forcer, Spy, Blockade. Okay, the black is like mediocre at best. Like the Basilica Screecher's good, and the Thrall Parasite and the Devour Flesh is fine. There's no spectacles, there's no other cool things. 2 Tin Street Markets, no. Scorchwalker, 2 Massive Raids, not a huge fan of Massive Raid. Skullcrack, get out. 2 Furious Resistances, and a Foundry, Street Denizen. How about green? Hey, there we go, now we're getting somewhere. Eh. Verdant Haven, Naturalize for the board, Disciple always, Viper's fine, Forced Adaptation is even maybe playable. So is Wildwood Rebirth. Alright, so everything, I mean, this stack of dual color cards is pretty big, but everything else over here is like really, really non-impressive except for blue. Shattering Blow, yay. Fortress Cyclops and Sky Knight Legionnaire are playable. Obviously Sky Knight Legionnaire being way better than Fortress Cyclops. Beckon Apparition, I'd hate not to. I would hate having to play that no matter what. Purge the Profane, Kingpin Pet. Actually, all these Orzhov cards are quite good. Purge the Profane is actually pretty playable in the sealed format. Zertos Swine is quite good. Frenzied Tilling is quite not good. Gruul Charm is awesome though. So is Ground Assault. Hey, 2 Drakewing Crasises. So I think blue and green are definitely going to be in here, and then probably some red splashing. That means I'll definitely get to play my Stolen Identity and this Mystic Genesis. And like maybe this Primordial, like this guy, like I know Primordial isn't like, oh yes, I want to play Primordial. It's so awesome, the Sylvan Primordial. But he's okay. I mean, he's a 5'8" or a 6'8" with reach, and like he gets you some stuff, and then destroys some other stuff, which is fine. And these are fine. Paranoid Delusions is like not so fine, but the rest of this is okay. So these are like black-blue cards here. Okay, so knowing what we have here, we have a Boros Guild Gate, which is like, yay. I don't think we'll be using that. Let's take our stack of rares and put it over here. Let's go see what our green-blue is going to look like. We don't have a huge amount of evolvers, but we do have some. I'll even bring down these Clinging Anemones. And this stuff here. And then, of course, our Stolen Identity, our Mystic Genesis. What the heck, a Primordial? Because why not? This doesn't look terrible. I could definitely see like maybe splashing in some of the red cards here, especially so that we have some removal, because we don't have like a ton of removal. We don't have a ton of removal anywhere, quite honestly. There's like no Angelic Edicts, and there's like one black removal spell, I think. Yeah, one, and I don't think we have anything else. Yeah, there's no like lashes or anything. There's these two massive raids, which are like, I don't know, I'm not super thrilled about having a massive raid. I am, however, super thrilled about having a Gruul Charm and a Ground Assault, and I would really like to play both of those, if possible. I'd even like to play the Swine, which is also quite good. So if we were to do that, let's see. I might even just be able to squeeze those two cards in. Having the Verdant Haven is probably going to be pretty useful here, because we don't have any guild gates again, like I was saying, so that's pretty bad. And I'd almost really like to have this Zertos Swine. I would probably take it out for, what? Like, Mind Eye Drake is really good against the air, and we don't have a ton of flyers. I mean, we have, like, these Drakewing Crazuses, but pretty much, like, they don't, like, they're good. But I definitely would want to take out a solid blue card for this green-red card so that it can continue to activate the Ivy Lane Denizen. So maybe something like a Leyline Phantom for this Zertos Swine. And that's what this would look like. And if we moved our spells around, and I actually kind of like Hands of Binding here because we don't have like a ton of ways to kill creatures, so maybe we'll just have to tap them down. I'm not a huge fan of the clinging enemies here, but this is a slower deck, so we're kind of going to have to like stall out on the ground and then do some big stuff later on in the game. Mystic Genesis is pretty cool. This and this. So this is what it looks like. And realistically, we only have one way to straight up deal with any creature, and then another way to deal with flying creatures, and then we do have our counter spell. There's no spell ruptures in this pool, and we have this Hands of Binding. So that could be fine. Let's see what it would want to suggest for our landage. 763. I'd actually almost more want something like that. And the reason why is because we definitely want to get that Verdant Haven out if we can. So I don't know why I just pressed suggest again and undid all that. Okay. So that's what it would look like. Ooh, actually we have to take something out because I had too much stuff and not enough lands. I don't know, I might take out like a Clinging Enemies or something like that. That's a little bit better. And then put in an extra, like my extra forest there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That looks okay. I might even take out a forest for an island. Like I said, our plan was to go a little bit more greedy here than normal, so this is fine. We'll go ahead and save this real quick, if I can do that. We'll call this Simic Gruul 419. Alright, so we still have quite a bit of time here, so let's go ahead and do some other stuff. See what else we have. We did have a bunch of Orzhov stuff, so we can probably check all that out. We don't have a ton of like Orzhov cards. We have some. Like, we basically have like like 3 Extorters, I think, out of our whole thing. We have a Cynic Enforcer, a Crypt Gas, which is cool. Yeah, the Supply would be in there. Actually, all this would be in there. That's not bad. And we do have this Treasury Thrall. Oh, actually, we have more Extorters than I thought we did. We do have a Boros Guildgate, so we could actually probably splash some red, or we could splash some blue. And I think splashing blue isn't all that bad. Like this Bane Alley Broker like fills in a real tough 3 slot that we're kind of missing right now, so I do kind of like that. Um, like we have Mortis Strider, so we could do like the Corpse Blockade Mortis Strider, or we have 2 Cartel Aristocrats. So like the dual Aristocrat Mortis Strider combo like might be a thing that we could do. And at that point we would need one more card, and it would, like I said, I I really want to shove this thing in here somewhere. So I mean, like I could play, like I said, I could play this Stolen Identity and be like, you know, we're putting it in there. I don't care. But if I wanted to play it safer, I would probably put in something like a Hand of Binding, because again, we have no fixing here. And we have a Boros Guildgate and not a lot of Boros stuff that I want to splash. So really, this is probably like the safer pick. And again, we would just be like putting in straight like cards and creatures. So I guess the question is like, how are we winning here? We have, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extorters, which is not bad. And I mean, we do have stuff like the Treasury Thrall, which is kind of cool. Because I mean, it can get like creatures that die or things like that back to our hands. So if we had to like do like some more sort of, like if we didn't have the Mortar Strider and we had to like do some weird sackage to get Aristocrat in or something like that, we could keep doing that. It's a very heavy creature Orzhov deck though, you know what I mean? It's kind of weird that way, but I really do like Bane Alley Broker here. And I think going 18 lands here is just fine. So let's see what it wants for that. I would take one of these out and probably add an extra blue. I would even feel more comfortable with one more blue, just because we have no other ways to get blue down here. But I don't hate this deck either. This deck is actually not bad at all. Let's see what the color count looks like. We do definitely want to get our white out. I really wanted to go like more greedy for you guys. I was really hoping for some extra fixing, but like we have no fixing. Like some people get all the luck. They get like 5 gates, or they get like 2 prismatic prisms. I can't open stuff like that. Yeah, I guess this is like okay. Like even like I might even consider like taking one more black out and putting one more blue in, but yeah, I think we have to do this. I think we have to do it this way. So that's what that would look like. And I don't know, it has like some oomph, but I don't think it has like the oomph of the gruely Simic deck that we had. And I mean, realistically, there's not like a whole lot of removal that this has that our Gruul Simic deck didn't have. Like if we take a look at just the spells, we have like a bunch of tricks. Like we have stop that. We have like a bunch of tricks. Like we have like aerial maneuvers, and we do have that Devour Flesh, and we have like a Purge the Profane, which is good. I mean, like it's not like great, but it's fine here. And that's pretty much it. And it's like all creatures again. So okay, so let's go ahead and save this. And this is like Orzhov, Dimir. We don't have a ton more time, but I guess we could look at like, what else can we look at? What else is like playable? I guess there's like a thing to be made for a Gruul Splash Simic instead of a Simic Splash Gruul, which is fine. So like, I mean, most of the cards would be the same. Like these would all be here. Probably the Verdant Haven again. I don't know, maybe the Primordial. I'm not really too 100% sure about that. Swine. Yeah, Ground Assault. and then like this Scorch Walker, and like maybe like we are gonna have like a lot of creatures, so maybe like one massive raid. Yeah, we don't actually have enough. Like no matter what, we wouldn't like be splashing blue. We would be like heavily in the blue, so we can't even do like a solid Gruul splash Simic deck. It's just not gonna work. Alright, so that's fine. What else can we do? Like I'm looking at like straight Orzhov, but we don't have like a whole lot of like. I mean, like, well, we already looked at like basically straight Orzhov. Like we could look at Boros, but like we have like very few good Boros cards. Like we have this and this. I guess maybe I would play Righteous Charge. Dutiful Thrall is not a Boros card. I guess we could play these and like this and like this guy if we had to. And like again, we would have to go like straight another color because we just don't have enough Boros stuff. And there's like not a lot of good Boros dual colored cards. So that's not going to work. But I think what we're going to do is, because I have a tendency to go Orzhov a lot, I think we're going to go ahead and do the Simic Gruul thing. Plus, again, I do want to get to play Stolen Identity. Let me just read this thing's text again. I know like you can destroy like a non-creature permanent or something. Destroy target non-creature permanent that they control. For each permanent, you get a forest card, and then shuffle your library and do some stuff. Okay, so he's basically just like a huge fat creature that can like take out maybe like a, I don't know, like a really annoying enchantment, or you know, like an artifact, I guess, if they have one or something like that. I mean, I guess you can destroy like one of their lands or something if they're one of those guys that has like 2 Verdant Havens or something on a land. Yeah, we're not going to save it anyway. So let's go ahead and load up our Gruul Simic and just see if there's anything that we want to do to tweak this thing. I even might like want to put in like another land and run 18 lands with this thing. And the reason why is because like I don't know, like the ramp, or not the ramp, the costs are okay, but we do want to hit our 7-drop eventually. So it's like, if I wanted to take something out, like what would I take out? I kind of like these Keymaster Rogues because it gives us really good evasion for this Hands of Binding, and for the Stolen Identity, I really don't want to take these guys out. And our Toy Loss is actually really important in this deck because we might not have a way to deal with certain cards or certain spells because we don't have a way to deal with enchantments or anything like that besides like maybe our Primordial one day. So I don't want to get rid of that. I really love both of these Drakewing Crasises. But I'm not gonna lie, I really would like to take out a card and put in like another blue source or something like that. I just can't figure out what I want to take out. I like Croconuri here. I'd really like to keep that guy in there. I guess I could take out like this other Clinging in Enemies. And then I could put in, like I said, another island, and now we're running 18 lands, and we still have like our 15 creatures and stuff like that. I think that this is okay. I think we're going to go ahead and try this, and maybe like we'll take out a land and we'll put in another creature or something like that if it's just not good enough. We'll go ahead and submit this, and we will see how they do, or how we do. You know what I meant. Alright, guys, see you.